Came on.
I'm glad you had me
We're
on.
trying to get a bunch of people from TR to come back
Mhm.
and do it. Trying to get Mac and Gant.
I think
Yeah.
I tell you who would be really good to have on is Mel. Have you reached out?
Mel?
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him yet.
He you probably have to go like a text or phone call. He only has he's not big into social media.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Dude, didn't you like save someone or he got like posted on Greenville?
He was the Greenville City police officer of the month.
Yeah. Shout out to Mel.
Hey, what a guy.
That's pretty sick.
So,
yeah, that's a good idea.
But no, Mac Gan would be good. Cross. I don't know if you
Cross would be interesting. There's quite a few people. I'm trying to get Sam come talk. I think we might do something like his whole like all of his brothers.
Yeah.
Do like one big session. I think that'd be pretty fun.
That'd be fun.
To just like talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give you a little bit of an introduction. Okay. So the man, Carter Vickers, the guy.
That's me.
You are TR, the Sports Network, Double Dog Network, the proud CEO, runner, and now Greenville Drive.
Yes, sir.
Greenville Drive. Yeah. I'll kind of let you talk about that a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you've had some interesting things.
I've been around the block.
Yeah. I think most interesting is the Devil Dog Sports Network. Mm-hmm. That's correct, right?
That's correct.
Okay. What got you into it? Or give a little preference of what it is and kind of what got you. And it was you and Mel, correct?
Correct. Yeah. Yeah. So the Devil Dog Sports Network. So I love sports. I played sports growing up. I played, football, basketball, baseball.
Anything fun.
Anything fun. Anything that involved any form of athleticism, I tried to play.
Yeah.
And I would say about 8th grade, a guy by the name of Matt DeHart was running the Devil Dog Sports Network at the time. I didn't know this at the time, but he was completely funding it on his own.
Okay.
Him and Alex Dodd were the two main people that ran it.
Yeah.
And Matt was dating a close family friend at the time, and that's how we got connected through them. And I knew that I was somewhat interested in doing it, but not really. I wouldn't say it was my passion at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So Matt allowed me to do a couple of different stints of doing sideline reporting.
Yeah.
And I found that really interesting. It was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Coach Gould at the time is who I did most of my sideline interviews with, and
it's
unique because there's some times where you're like, game's going well, you want to interview the head coach, but then there's sometimes the game isn't going so well and you really don't want to ask any questions. Yeah. And there was one instance where he gave me a very simple to the point. You could tell he did not want to talk, but that's just how it goes sometimes. So that was kind of my introduction. So I did that into my 8th grade year, into my freshman and sophomore year of high school. Matt obviously went off to do his school, I believe up in Pennsylvania, if I'm not mistaken.
That sounds correct.
And then Alex, I know, is in, I believe, one of the Dakotas, North or South Dakota, doing some form of journalism up there.
Yeah.
I know he's doing a really good job. But that kind of left a void, and I knew I wanted to continue it, but I really didn't know how I was going to.
Yeah.
So Matt Greeny was kind of the main person that I talked to about doing newspaper.
Yeah.
With Rachel Weisinger, who was running it at the time.
Yeah. Okay.
And I didn't really get into newspaper solely because of the sports network, but I knew that the only chance of it surviving was going to be through newspaper, especially the funding of it.
And so you're doing this your freshman year?
So the newspaper kind of goes into my junior year. Of high school.
Okay. All right.
And that's when I talked to Mel about it. I was like, I really want to kind of keep this going. I think I'm going to be able to get funding through the newspaper, but I can't do it by myself. And I want someone who is at least somewhat, if not as passionate as I am. And I knew that he was.
Yeah.
And he was open to helping me run it with with me. So that's kind of junior year is kind of when it became my baby.
Mm-hmm.
I became kind of sole
The guy.
co-owner. Yep. And going through the process of getting what we need, like the equipment and stuff, was funny because in my mind, as a high schooler, I thought we were gonna get like between $500 to like $800 tops of funding.
Yeah.
And the equipment that we needed was kind of right at that 800 threshold.
Sure. Top of the range that you would expect.
Correct. Kind of what we needed to not only be successful but bring good quality to people. But we went to Miss Weisinger and she said we'll give you 1,000, which was
great,
amazing, great, awesome,
especially for TR.
Yeah.
We're a good size school, but not gigantic.
I did not expect that.
No, I wouldn't either.
So when she brought 1,000 to the table, I kind of opened our range of what we could do.
Yeah.
The only thing that I wish we would have been able to do was to kind of include some of the local restaurants and like businesses. Because of the funding through the school, we were not allowed to get outside funding.
That's interesting.
That was kind of the only
was that
kind of the only rule we had.
Yeah. Is it like a state? Is that like a? Do you know?
I want to say that's probably Greenville County.
It just seems like an odd rule because you have like fundraisers and stuff for the school that. Yeah. So
anything we wanted, like we had like custom polos made. I did that through myself. Just the funding.
Yeah.
That was out of pocket, and then a couple other things, but mainly the funding came from newspaper.
Okay.
So with that, having the chance to continue the sports network into my junior and senior year was so much fun.
Yeah.
And junior year is kind of when I decided, or I felt like broadcast journalism is my passion. It's something I want to do going forward.
Yeah.
I still have that passion to this day. And I think that the sports network my junior year kind of was the catalyst to that. And we had so much fun. It was so much fun doing it. I can remember we had a game our senior year against Eastside. That was by far my favorite game to broadcast football. Homecoming.
Yeah.
TR football always has been the greatest, but during our years we were at least respectable.
Yeah.
And I would say our senior year was kind of
probably the top.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were undefeated going into that game against Eastside, and we lost in overtime, but it was definitely a lot of fun. And then, of course, I would say we're best known for basketball and baseball.
Yeah, so those two.
And we had the chance to go to some playoff games for basketball.
Yeah.
The best one was at AC Flora.
Yeah.
We actually left the house with the equipment, but not thinking we were going to be able to broadcast because that's what we were told. And about halfway down, we got a call from our AD saying that we would be able to broadcast.
Why were they saying you couldn't broadcast?
I think that was from AC Flora at the time.
Or they just didn't want it
either they didn't think we would be able to, or we wouldn't, have the right setup. But
something. Most probably just didn't want you down there.
We ended up getting the okay to do it, and I'm so glad we did because that was
an exciting game.
It was very intense, very exciting. We ended up winning.
Yeah.
And I can remember, that was probably one of the biggest wins we've had.
I would say so.
At least in this generation.
In our stretch of time there.
Yeah.
In our stretch of time there, that's probably the biggest win. Cause I don't think we beat AC Florida. I don't know if we beat them before then. That was definitely the third. I think that was the first time that we went through to the third round of the playoffs. And for us, that was pretty big. We always had pretty good teams in basketball. And every year it just kind of fall. The second round was just like our detriment.
Right.
But yeah, I think it's getting to see that game is just pretty cool. I remember being there. But yeah, that's a pretty cool one. What about like the kind of like finding your voice while you're like broadcasting? What is that kind of like trying to work out like how do I talk and like when am I talking too much to too little? Like no,
there are definitely some trial and error with
Yeah.
that. I didn't really feel like I changed my voice too much. A lot of people do.
Mhm.
I didn't like have a second voice per se while broadcasting, but um, I think sometimes in certain instances, the best thing for a broadcaster to say is nothing at all and let the crowd and the atmosphere speak for itself.
Mhm.
And and that was kind of difficult the first year.
Yeah.
Learning how to kind of capture that and kind of
Yeah.
let the moment breathe a little bit.
Mhm.
But I would say my senior year, I did a little bit better at that, and it was unique because there were instances where some of my proudest moments is kind of holding back what I was feeling per se and just letting the moment speak for itself. But I would say it took about a good year to kind of tone in kind of the perfections per se of what I
The
kind of was
dial.
looking for. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of get it notched a little bit.
Mhm.
That's,
So.
yeah, I kind of feel like that's the only way to do it. I don't think there's much like besides trial and error. I don't know how you're gonna figure it out.
There's a lot of different ways. I mean, I didn't do this personally, but you can put on old classic games, and the best ones are the ones you haven't watched or have no clue what happens, and kind of just go from there. But I like to learn on the fly.
Yeah, there you go.
I find it more. I was talking with someone, my girlfriend Kylie, actually. She's been interviewing for a couple jobs, and I told her, it's in a way, it's kind of best not to know what's coming, because at least then you're gonna get the most authentic, the most genuine answers.
Yeah.
And that's what people are looking for.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion, that's what they're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, I think a lot of people try to, and there's a lot of different techniques that work. But for me, it was kind of just learning on the fly.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think it's a good way of doing it. I don't disagree. Experience is the best teacher. One thing that I'm kind of curious about is what was like your first love of sports? Like, was it baseball, basketball, football? I imagine it was baseball. I guess that's like the one that you're like, I want to watch baseball. Like, out of all of them, if you could pick one.
Yeah, it was definitely baseball was my first love from a sports aspect. Played t-ball. I felt the most comfortable on the baseball diamond. Played football. Played a lot of quarterback and some wide receiver. And then basketball, at the time, I wouldn't play this now, but I was kind of, like a power forward and center. But
growth spurts hit and people got
correct
moved out of the position.
Exactly. But I felt the most comfortable on the baseball field, and I played mostly outfield. And I found the most joy out of it. Now, when watching sports, I would say football is kind of not close. I would say football is the most fun to watch, especially from a college aspect.
Okay. Yeah.
But like if it's a college sporting event of any kind, I can probably sit down and watch it because I love sports. But playing definitely would be baseball because that's where I met most of my friends.
Yeah. So you have like the camaraderie of growing up and playing with like probably some of the same people,
right?
And you're pretty good at it, I would say. I mean, you played at TR, respectable.
I was decent.
Respectable. You're pretty good,
If they kept my junior year was the last year I played. My senior year is when I kind of stopped playing and dedicated to the sports network. But my junior year, if they would have kept the stat, I probably led the state in infield singles.
Yeah, so pretty good.
I mean, I didn't make the best contact per se, but if it was a ground ball that had to be out, I did most of the time. But growing up, I mean, so much fun, and kind of our group at TR was kind of made at Northwest, playing on those teams, which we were very good at.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I feel like my best year of baseball was actually 8th grade year. I feel like I played my best there, which is funny to think. Like in reality, I wish it was junior year.
Yeah.
And I played well the last couple games. We had a game at High Point maybe. somewhere like that. But it was like a second round playoff game, and I had a couple hits with multiple RBIs. But
Yeah.
8th grade year, from a consistency standpoint, for whatever reason, it just clicked.
Just when it peaked.
And then kind of plateaued per se. But I would say, I mean, like I said, I found the most joy out of baseball.
Yeah.
And friend group wise, to this day, I credit baseball for my friend group.
Yeah. I think that's a large part of like the group that you click with initially. Not that like other sports you don't find like cool people, but like whichever is the first one where like you have a large group of people that you really hang out with, it seems like to kind of be the one you gravitate towards.
I'm very blessed to have the people that I do in my life. I mean, I love where I grew up. I love TR.
Yeah.
If I can have it my way, I'll never move from TR.
It's a great spot.
I mean, my people are still here. Kind of our main group is Mel, Mac, Cross, and Gant.
Yep.
We call ourselves Copious. Mac gave us that name. I still don't know why he gave us that name, but he did.
It's a Mac thing.
It is a Mac thing.
Yeah.
But I know I know Mac living in Myrtle right now. I know he wants to get back up to at least the upstate.
Yeah.
It's we're going into different stages of our lives. Mac's already married.
Yeah.
I think some of us are heading that direction.
Yeah.
So it's unique to see us in different stages, but still be close, and in a way that can help give confidence. It can give kind of suggestions. It can give motivation. If we ever need anything, I know we'll be there for each other.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
I know TR. I mean, I don't think I could have asked for a better place to grow up. And kind of my group of people that were at TR. I don't think I could have asked for a better group.
No, I definitely agree with that. It's like it's a very nice place of being like small town feel, but it's not like on top of like each other. Like it's not like everyone's people know kind of like it's not like nosy super like
right.
There's a good blend. It's not like you take small towns. It's like all right, there's 5 people, like total town. It's like all right, you only have this, but there's a bunch of different like groups of people that hang out and
there were definitely
know more people.
There were definitely different cliques.
Yeah, sure.
But I didn't feel like it was like a rival cliques. It was just more like I hang with my people, you hang with your people, and if we come together at times, then that's great. We're not gonna have a problem. But
there's a lot of like intermingling between like the different groups of friends. I think it's pretty unique. Like it's now made like a broad diversity of people that like.
Right.
I think that's pretty cool. That you might not get somewhere else.
A lot has changed, and I think I hate that. Well, we're very lucky that COVID was a year later than when we graduated in 19. But I feel like a lot changed after that, and I tell people we were the last great class. Because I mean, a lot of things have changed, from like an aspect standpoint, and how we go about our lives. So, I think I think we're just very blessed that we got
to be done,
have the childhood that we did, and then like you said, being done when we were. So
yeah, I think it's I think part of it's hard because you shut down for a year, and then you come out of it and you have a ton of development that's now been in the process, just like waiting to take off. It's just like gasoline on fire, and it just hits.
Right.
And now it's just completely changed. I mean, place. I mean, you finished. There's there's stuff around. It's not barren, but like you can build a large apartment complex with townhomes, and you're starting to see revitalization of areas. And I mean, it's good for TR, but it's just different. It's not the same.
It's unbelievable what a simple walking trail did for the city.
Yeah.
It is unbelievable because going back, my dad did Boy Scouts, and I was part of this tribe group, whatever.
What do you want to call it?
But we got to sit in on the town hall meetings when they were kind of deciding if they were going to go through with the trail. And I remember my dad talking about how like there's no good that can come out of it. And here we are now. It's this population boom that we've had, you know, in TR alone, but kind of everywhere. And I'm not saying the trail is responsible for everywhere, but I know the trail is definitely responsible for TR.
I think it's definitely from TR. I think you gave I think it's pretty. I think it's been pretty. For TR, it's been very beneficial because I mean you have the end just right there.
Yep.
And it's like, all right, you're not really having to like, you have a bunch of people that might bike down the whole trail, and they finally got to this place, and for the first couple of years, it was like, all right, there's nothing, like there's a restaurant or two, but then after a couple of years after that, you start getting like the tandem, and you start getting all the like ice cream shops and stuff along there that people know, that just wouldn't have happened otherwise.
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy how much that did it, but it's also a beautiful place.
It's so beautiful.
Like, I mean, you come out there, you can stop in between if you want to go to the mountains to go hiking, or if you're going the opposite way of going to like downtown Greenville. It's just it's uniquely situated where it's at, and it has a lot of check marks that just kind of aligned and it worked out. I want to go back to college football.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have your thoughts been this year?
Ooh.
So I talked to Graham.
You know what? I went back and watched Graham's.
And that was like preseason.
Can we give it up for Graham for giving that Miami shout out? Who would have thought that would have came through the way it did?
Yeah.
They have the best resume, I think. And I know Ohio State's playing well. They just beat Illinois. But I mean, Miami's gone out and just whipped up on people and kind of proved it that they're not only the best in the ACC, but the best maybe in the country.
They're doing pretty good.
I feel like we both are in the same boat, wishing our teams were a little bit better than what we thought they would be.
Yeah, it was kind of one. It was.
I thought, as a Gamecock, I knew it felt eerily similar to a couple years ago where you're coming off the wins versus Tennessee and Clemson, where nobody thought you would beat Tennessee, nobody thought, and you're coming off the close loss to Notre Dame in the playoff, or not the playoff, but the bowl game, and you're going into the, I think it's the 24 season against North Carolina, Drake May's final year, and it's just like, I felt this at the time. I was like, this don't feel right, and we ended up losing.
Yeah.
And it kind of just was not the season we thought. And I kind of felt that way going into here. I didn't think we would lose to Virginia Tech, but
yeah, Virginia Tech was tough off. The Sellers was out half that game. Is that the game you got concussed?
That was Vanderbilt.
Oh, Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt?
I don't know if that would have made it.
Yeah, I don't think it would have made it. I mean,
I'm gonna be honest. That one was. I think Vanderbilt's pretty good.
I think Vanderbilt's really good.
I think they're a little bit underrated. I think they're definitely a top 12. I think they finished top 12. They would have to pick up some things to beat those Dolphins, but anyway.
I'm a little shocked that Clemson isn't as good as.
Well, to me, it was the same feeling of the past 3 years have been what you just described.
Right.
It's all right. You're going into the preseason. It's like, wow, this team has some high hopes.
Now, I didn't think Kate Klubnik would be this Heisman candidate that he was touted to be.
I didn't think so at all.
I didn't see that coming. And
I don't know who wrote the narrative that like he was this Heisman candidate who's watching.
But even after the LSU loss, you thought, okay, well LSU's just really good. And Clemson, defensively, I thought was going to be the thing that carried y'all. And that's just been kind of disappointing because I mean
it's been bad on both sides.
Because even the Georgia Tech loss is like, well, just Haynes King's a dog.
Haynes King's a dog, but it's like.
I think the Syracuse game kind of was just like, wow, this is where we're at.
Yeah. After the LSU game, I didn't think it was going to go well. It's just like, you got all this hype coming into it, and I was like, there's no way we're about to, like, dog walk LSU. Like, I think we should have won. Like, if we wanted to be a real team, we should have won that game.
Well, it's funny because, I mean, even then, like, if they, execute a fake field goal, Troy might beat y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That game could have gone very differently, and you could have started off, 0-3.
We could be 0 still.
Yeah,
it could have been very possible.
I think, as bad as North Carolina was, I think it was much needed just from a confidence standpoint.
To actually beat someone.
And I mean, you look good doing it. And I know North Carolina's not great, but
Yeah.
just
at least you get a win that's like pretty handedly.
And then you go on the road, beat Boston College. I know K. Klubnik might not play. I know he's kind of iffy, or if he does play, he won't be 100%.
Yeah.
But I think y'all can still finish strong. It's sad because there were such high hopes for both of us.
There was very high hopes for both teams going into this.
And
it's just been all right. Who's gonna just where are we creeping to? It's like another like Cheez-It Bowl, and it's like that's great and all. Like so glad we got we get 10 wins and a bowl win and whatever.
Right.
But like the expectation was that like you're going to the playoff. You played Texas last year pretty close. We had no running back for half the game.
Right.
Which kind of hurt. But it's like that kind of made it feel like, all right, this team might be putting some stepping stones together.
We had everyone coming back.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people coming back.
Now that doesn't always mean it's just gonna work out. But I mean.
But you would think like, all right, you just played the number one team. Texas could have gone all the way, arguably. They had some bad plays against like Washington.
The two teams that had the most returning production was Clemson and Penn State, and neither team's going to go to the playoff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how.
Penn State doesn't surprise me. I think they are all. I think every single year they're exactly what we've been talking about. They get all this hype, and then they play a couple games. You play someone, they lose, and then it's just all right.
But they didn't play bad against Oregon. It's just
Oregon played bad against them. Penn State didn't play well. Oregon took that game to overtime because of their own fault. Like it was on them. They should have shut it out.
And then you just give UCLA their first victory of the year. God almighty.
Yeah.
And then they lose to Northwest, and that just.
That was the nail.
Yeah.
That was it.
So.
Well, yeah, especially for Jane, coach. Yeah. Yeah, that was it for him. Tough one. Florida State's also been they've had an interesting season.
Well,
you come out and beat Alabama, and you just go straight down.
You're thinking you're going to the playoff, and then
you don't play the rest of the games.
Yep.
That's been hilarious to watch.
It's something.
It's just been like the quarterback there.
Castellanos.
Yeah. I was like, all right, he can sling it. He can run around. You just beat Alabama, who's not, Nick Saban Alabama, but it's Alabama.
It's just after you lose in overtime to Virginia, and then you don't look good against Pitt.
No.
You lose that, and it's just they lost to Miami, but everyone's losing to Miami.
Yeah, it's not like a surprise.
So
Florida's been surprising. That's also been. There's been a lot of teams that just did not live up to anything. Who do you think's gonna go? It's like your top four right now.
Top four?
Yeah.
Oof. Well, I think Ohio State, Miami, and I'll it'd probably be Miami, Ohio State 1 and 2 is how I would put it.
Yeah. I think Oregon's gonna be in there. I
think you have to give it to Indiana.
You think Indiana gets?
I mean, they just beat Oregon at their place. So.
I think Oregon rallies. I think their quarterback, young guy. I think he gets some more experience.
I'm gonna put Indiana at 3, and I thought they would get smacked by Oregon, and they did not. I gotta give it to Indiana, and then that fourth team. There's a couple you could probably put. Typically I would put Georgia there, but I don't know if Georgia would be there.
Georgia's gonna be. There's a lot of teams where it's like it kind of just looks like they're a top 12. They could be the top 12.
Mm-hmm.
They could be one of the picks. If they fell to like 13, I also wouldn't be like shocked. SEC looks like right now they're about to dominate the rankings completely. Which isn't like out of pocket. But
if you're giving me if you have to make me have a top 4, it'd be Miami, Ohio State, Indiana, and then Texas A&M. I think that'd be my top 4 at the moment.
Yeah.
A&M's kind of been surprised. I mean, I think they proved a lot when they beat Notre Dame on the road.
Yeah.
I think they still have to go through some teams. But no, they've looked really good. So if that would be my top 4 probably at the moment if you're making me pick.
I think that's pretty solid. I mean, it's not like it's hard to nail it down quite yet.
I
There's
didn't
a
think
lot,
that would
but
be the top four at this point, but here we are.
I'll give it a shot. See what happens. You could be right. I don't know. See how it goes. It'll be interesting nonetheless. Um, what do you think about how NIL? Do you think that's changed? Because mine changed college football in a way.
Oh, absolutely, it's changed.
Because I think you come to a 12-team playoff, you start the NIL, and you start getting players going away from the Power Five. Like, I'm only going to the big game school. Now you actually have Indiana that's like legitimate. It's not like you walk all over them.
I think the team that's been affected by it the most is Clemson. I mean, I think up until this year they finally started to dip their toes in it, but I mean, I think there was a time a decade ago where it was Clemson or Alabama. That was the two teams that were going to win the national title, or at least be in the national title. And now it's like there's so many different teams. Like you have the Indianas of the world, and you have the Vanderbilts of the world, and you have these teams that typically have not been powerhouses, and now they're competing for opportunities. And even the group of five teams, your Boise States, your South Floridas, your BYU's, BYU's Big 12, but the type of group of five teams that don't normally Boise State was the only one back in the early to mid 2000s that kind of put their name on the map. Yep. So I mean, it gives teams different chances, but I think you're going to now have these super seniors, and you're going to have people that there's not if I'm a freshman wide receiver and I have two or three guys that are not necessarily older, but they're better. I think the competitive mindset's starting to go away. It's like, well, if I'm going to be the fourth string here,
why would I say?
And I can make more money here and be the first or second string.
I think also it's kind of interesting to think like experience-wise. Is it really better to stay there and like not get any playing time and like you may be playing with a better team, but you're not getting the in-game experience of going to play like with the pressure on.
Right.
Which I think could be good and bad. I mean, talking to Philip last week, he said the best, like him redshirting, was great for him. It took off pressure from like having to deal with the games and moving into like college sports and like trying to adjust. But now it's kind of like I don't know. I mean, like I'm sure situations it works out, but like looking at like Archie seems like a prime example.
Right.
Of like he sat there behind him for 2 years, and you'd think you should be ready at that point, and then to come in and
not
play, but it hasn't panned out. Versus if he went and played somewhere for 2 years and then transferred to,
And just because they beat Oklahoma, I don't think he's still that great. I think
that doesn't change.
I think
the defense has
Venerable's defense won them the game, and I think that they're going to continue to get better, and they're going to probably be a playoff team, I think. But Arch Manning, I don't know. Pretty big bust.
I think it's just like he hasn't had the reps. Like, he's come in and he played came in after Quinn went out for 2 games last year, and you play it's like a Utah or whoever it was, and he runs all over the place. He threw maybe one good ball, but it's like how many you've done it one time. You haven't sat there for a season and tried. You're not getting all the pass attempts. You're not getting the live rep. Well, not the in-game rep really. I don't know. I don't know if it's the best thing in the world to sit there and just wait it out. I don't know. I don't know if I necessarily blame the guys that are just like I'm jumping ship and also make some money while I'm jumping ship.
Exactly.
I don't know. I don't know. All right. See how it all plays out. To me, it's made the game more interesting though.
It's even the playing field. I was always big on. I would love to have as many teams as we can in the playoffs. I think that.
Is it like a March Madness? Like.
I mean, people don't seem to be upset about March Madness.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't see why you couldn't do like college baseball regionals, there's I believe 64 teams, but you have these pockets of, you go to different sites and you play these games, and then it's double elimination.
Yeah.
I think that's so much fun, and I don't see why. Obviously we're not in the logistics field and we don't know like the scheduling of it, but I don't see why it would hurt to have maybe not 64, but
I don't know. You could do 60.
a lot of teams.
64 would be the most interesting, I think. If you're gonna do it, you might as well go for it. Because 64, you could have like, what would it be? 64, 32, then probably
And you could
16.
have
So you could have 3 home games, and then you'd have still.
Well, you would have all the Power Four teams in there,
Mm-hmm.
and then you add the Sun Belt and the American and the MAC, some of those teams. But
well, imagine now you have your cupcake game that's Troy, and they come in.
Right.
And it's like, I'd hate to see that, but like that's fascinating to think. Like that'd be, that would be an interesting storyline of like, all right, first round of the playoffs, and you get knocked out by Troy. It's like, I think it just grabs people's. I mean, that's the thing about March Madness. You want to see, can the 16 seed go against the number 1 and beat them? Like,
right.
You're there to see the upsets. It's not to see like, you don't want to see the top team dominate. It's like, whatever. That's not very interesting. I think it'd be a lot of fun. I think the home games are a lot of fun to have. I'm glad they did that, rather than like, I wish they did it the next round as well. I think you should have as many home
as possible.
We're college sports. Have them on the college campus.
Yeah.
Like, that's where you get the fan base. You get the students coming in. I mean, students, you're not going to be able to travel everywhere.
Correct.
I mean, then you're just kind of getting like, whoever can buy the ticket. It's like, that's kind of taken away from the funness of it. It's something about like having the students in there over there just talking crazy to like, it's an electric vibe.
It is a very electric vibe.
But yeah. With going into the drive, what got you into that from high school? Kind of.
Oh man.
I think that's an interesting part.
It's a heck of a story.
Yeah.
So, after TR, I went to Greenville Tech for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
Got my associate degree in communications.
Mm-hmm.
In December, my mother got an email from the drive about part-time staff hirings, and the specific thing that was jumped out was the promotional staff, or promo.
Yeah.
So I did tryouts. There were supposed to be, I believe, 24 or 28 people.
Mm-hmm.
It was like a cold, wet, rainy January morning.
Yep.
Only 8 of us showed up, so they hired all 8 of us. And pretty much, if you showed like some form of enthusiasm, they were gonna hire you.
Yep.
And so January of 2020 is when I got hired from the drive.
Mm-hmm.
I went, did a couple like training sessions, and then we had 2 college games. The first one was South Carolina Furman,
mm-hmm.
and then the next one, very next day, was Michigan State USC Upstate. The reason we have Michigan State is Craig Brown, owner of the drive, went to Michigan State, so there's that connection.
Yeah.
They play at the drive, kind of get away from the cold,
and come down here.
So we had 2 college games.
Yeah.
And then COVID. It canceled the whole season, both major and minor leagues.
Yeah.
And it's funny to think back that I got to work one of Furman's last baseball games because their baseball program got cut from COVID.
That's pretty cool.
So it's a little wild.
I mean, unfortunate, but cool story for you to be like, well, I was there for one of the last rides.
So, obviously did not work that summer for the drive. I ended up working for Kangaroo, which is one of my first friends I ever had, Kaylin Beamer. Her grandfather and her uncles run Kangaroo.
Yeah.
So I kind of did like just handyman jobs throughout that summer, and I was in contact with the drive.
Yeah.
Because they really weren't giving any updates. You had to reach out to them for updates.
Yeah.
And finally, we got like there's really not much to update on you on, but we're gonna, obviously go forward next year. None of you will be fired or laid off, which I thought was really cool at the time.
Very nice. Yeah.
So year of 2021 was the first official season of the drive for me. That first half of the year, we still were under COVID rules, so you had to wear masks. Space out. Games were kind of tricky to do because you had to social distance, but you also had to make sure people knew what they were doing.
Yeah, that'd be a headache.
It would be a headache. And then halfway through the second half, they kind of lifted all restrictions.
Yeah.
So, but from there until October of 2023, I was on the promotional staff, and I got to become really good friends with the former merchandise manager. Her name was Emily Saunders. I would always try to talk to her pre-game, just had a friend in the front office, which I thought was really cool.
Yeah.
And about August, right before the season ended, she asked if I would come help out part-time. I said, yeah, absolutely. Because at that point, promotional in-season's great. You work almost every day during the week. You get this amount of money per game. It's great.
Yeah.
But there's nothing in the off-season for you to do.
Right.
So there's no money coming in from
you got to find something else.
October until February. There's no money. But part-time and merch, we stay open year-round. So I was able to make money in the off season, kind of work in the store, doing some different off-site events that we provide each year.
What are like off-site events?
So a lot of it does with like holiday stuff. So November, typically right after Thanksgiving, we do a pop-up at Camperdown in downtown. They do like a holiday market.
Yeah.
We're there. Greenville Little League, we're very much incorporated and involved there, so we do some different pop-ups.
As they should be.
And, right. And then kind of just random stuff that people find throughout. Sometimes it's a one and done. Sometimes it like becomes a big thing.
Yeah.
But doing that, and then finally get to New Year's, and Jenny Brown, who is the vice president of merchandise, which is also Craig's daughter.
Okay.
And then just so it's clear,
yeah.
Jeff Brown, the president of the drive, is Craig's son. So Jenny's brother. So
got it.
Family organization, family business.
Okay.
I have been talking with Jenny. I had explained, I really love being here. I would love to do something full time. I don't know how that's possible or what kind of time frame that is, but that's something that you can help me out looking for.
Can we make something work?
And then I also explained my broadcast journalism passion with that and kind of talked to her about that's what I'm going to do. She said, absolutely, I'd love to help you out. I'll be on the lookout for anything. So we get to President's Day in February. And I only know it's President's Day because it just happened to be on this day.
Yeah.
I'm talking to one of the front office people about, continuing to be on the promo team, but also kind of being on merchandise as well, kind of doing both. If I'm not scheduled one day, I would want to be scheduled here on another.
Yeah.
And we were getting a new game day operations person, which would be my boss for promo. So, it's kind of a lot to juggle, but talking with her, the other front office person, she was like, yeah, no problem. I'll be on the lookout. We can try to work both in.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem. So that's about at, we'll call it 9. 9:30, I get a text from Jenny, and it says, hey, can I call you in an hour? I said, yeah, absolutely. In my mind, this is great because it's like she found something. I don't know what it is, but it's something full time, and it's my foot in the door, and we're great.
Yeah.
I get a call an hour later, and the conversation starts with, so Emily quit. Typically, in the business world, you give a 2-week notice.
Yeah.
That gives the organization or the business enough time to kind of get
common courtesy,
kind of get their information out to people, and start the hiring process. Typically, give a 2-week notice. She gave a 2-day notice. does not really help the situation, but
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of what happened.
Yep.
I believe she found a job up in Maine where she lives.
Uh,
Um, that was the at least that's what I believe happened.
mm-hmm.
I got cut off from Emily, as did many of the people at the drive.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but that was kind of I. As soon as she said that, I understood what was about to happen. They never gave me the term interim manager.
Yeah.
But from President's Day of 24
mm-hmm.
to opening day of 24, which was 1st of April, I kind of did like what a manager would do. Kind of, worked the store at all hours, did online, kind of worked with kind of reports.
And like scheduling
and I guess that was kind of the trial run to see if I would like it and if I was committed to it. And it was unique because they were also having people come in while I was there working to interview.
No.
Which I understood.
Yeah.
And I think there's probably people out there that would be offended
or like run the wrong way.
I think you have to be kind of not selfish but selfless in a business role. You get what you should get and what you deserve, but they're put in a very difficult situation that they're trying to find a new merchandise manager, and
it's a very good mindset to go
especially before the season.
Yeah.
You do not want to try to fill that after the season starts.
Sure. Yeah.
So I understood.
Yeah.
But 1st of April comes around and they say, hey, you may not be the most qualified person, but you are the person that definitely wants to be here the most, and that's what we want.
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, they offered me the full-time position.
Yeah.
It was sad to see those hourly wages go, but with the benefits and the
everything
insurance and stuff like that, it was very helpful for my next step in life, which was I had just become a homeowner.
Yeah.
And I needed to pay bills, obviously.
So having an actual paycheck every week, that's hitting pretty nice to have.
But yeah, and I've been in the merchandise manager position for almost 2 years now. A year and a half. So
yeah,
it's been a very unique job. I've had so much fun doing it. Hours are pretty wild. I tell people, if you're like, what are your hours? If it's a non-game day, I get there at 9, leave there at 5.
Sure.
That
makes
pretty
sense.
normal.
Tracks.
And then you say, well, on a game day, I get there at 9 a.m. and I don't leave until 11, 12 at night.
Yeah.
And that's 6 game homestands from Tuesday to Sunday. So Tuesday to Friday, I'm working 13 to 14-hour days in a row.
Yeah.
Those add up rather quickly.
Yeah.
Weekends are a little different because you go in a little bit later, and then Sundays are day games, so you get to leave a little bit earlier. But you definitely have to have a certain mindset when working in sports, like a minor league baseball.
You gotta love it quite a bit.
I do very much. But I would be lying if I said it hasn't gotten to me at times, especially that first year.
Certainly. I mean, you do 14-hour days back to back to back, and it's.
But Jenny, my boss Jenny is the best. She understands, and if it's a non-game day, I can feel confident in asking for a day off.
Yeah.
And I feel like I would get it.
Mm-hmm.
If it's a game day, those are kind of just like those are no-nos to ask off for.
Yeah.
Those are like, that's when we're supposed to be at our best.
Well, that's your season, right? So you only have what's the actual season?
So typically a season goes from the 1st of April, kind of either right before or right after Easter.
Okay.
And runs all the way, regular season runs all the way through Labor Day weekend. And then if we have playoffs, that kind of runs through the middle of September.
Okay.
But I've had so much fun doing merchandise at the drive. I've got to meet so many new people. You get so many cool stories.
Yeah.
I've got the nickname Merch King now.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
you gotta earn it. Yeah.
One of our MCs, Corey Bowen, who moved to Myrtle Beach after the 24 season, just started randomly calling me the Merch King. and
There
it
you
just stuck. I have the promo team. You know,
Yeah.
I know some of the girls still on the team, and they made me a name tag with Merch King on it. I have a jersey with Merch King on the back.
Yeah.
I've kind of leaned into it. It's
At this point.
it's been a lot of fun, and I recommend that. Working in minor league baseball, you know, you learn a lot of life lessons. You kind of find out a lot about yourself as far as like the limits you're willing to go.
Sure.
But I couldn't ask for a better organization to work for than
It does sound like you have a pretty amazing team, like behind you and everything. Like, seems like a pretty great spot to be.
Mm-hmm.
Out of like curiosity, is it like do the major leagues look to then like pick up staff from like minor league team? Like, does it kind of work the same way?
From like a front office standpoint.
Yeah. Or is
Sometimes.
there not really a transition like?
I think it really depends on how good you are at your job.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. Like I don't think they just go like the same.
But
idea.
it also comes down to like what position are they looking for?
Uh-huh.
So a lot of like the most turnover, at least from what I've seen at the Drive, is from the sales team.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're always gaining or losing someone either each off season or middle of season.
Mm-hmm.
We have some people that have gone to like AAA teams.
Yeah.
I forget their mascot, but the Louisville team that's a AAA. We have someone go to them.
Mm-hmm.
We've had someone go to the Nashville affiliate.
Cool.
So a lot of people move to different.
There is turnover.
Some people, go to different sports. Hockey is a big one. Some go to basketball.
Well, yeah, I guess you're not necessarily like the baseball player. You
right,
have a more universal skill set.
But we've had.
That makes sense.
It's been unique to see the people that come and go and the friendships you make, and then you still keep in touch with some people that have left. But
the networking aspect of it.
There's a lot of networking. It's more entangled than people think. That's for sure.
Yeah. Is there any like promotional things that you've gotten to like do you get to make those of like what you should be putting on or like for merchandise like
as far as like the product?
Yeah. Or a product or like an idea for like something like
So my boss Jenny worked in New York for a company Bergdorfer. It's kind of like a bougie clothing line.
Okay.
So her background is kind of like that. So she does a lot of the designing and ordering. The way we describe it is she's kind of high in the sky as far as like ordering and designing and talking with it. And then I'm more boots on the ground. So when it gets there, I make sure it looks correct. I make sure it's added into the system, and then I put it out before.
Mm-hmm.
So I get asked a lot of feedback from her. Is like, do you think this looks good? Do you think this would sell? Do you think this should be tweaked? Mm-hmm. Should we swap the colors? Like she's very in depth. She's very good at what she does.
Yeah.
She does not have to ask me any of this because I think she could do just fine her own. But I do appreciate that she asked, and I love giving my feedback, obviously.
Yeah.
But I would say 95% of it is all her, and then what 5% it is of me, it's very
second opinion, like maybe change this, maybe flip the colors or whatever.
Correct.
Yeah.
So.
I mean that's pretty nice. I mean it's nice of her because it's kind of giving you a chance to develop almost like an eye for apparel and what's being made. You're getting to see it often.
I do look at apparel differently no matter where I go now.
Yeah.
Like if it's like I go to Walmart or I go to like Academy or I go to Hollister or wherever I may go. Like I don't look at clothes like, oh, does it look good? I look at it like, what kind of material do they use? What's the price?
Mm-hmm.
It's a whole new world for me.
Other ways.
But it kind of opened my imagination to doing different things. So I've been putting on this golf trip for 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
And I had the idea to create this logo. Mm-hmm. And I would not have had this idea if I hadn't worked in merch and saw what Jenny does from a development standpoint and then execution. So and you get to meet local people that can help you come up with these ideas and then execute what you want. So I have this logo that I'm gonna use next year. On like probably hats. It's just the easiest thing to do, but that is just an example of kind of like me dipping my toes into
something new, something
exactly
of interest.
So I've definitely learned that if I can really put my mind to it, I feel like I'm pretty good at designing what I want and then executing it. But all that all that credit goes to Jenny and what I've seen her do at the drive.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like hats also is pretty good idea.
hats are definitely our best seller at the drive. I want to say it's between 60 and 70% of our um, revenue.
Yeah.
Um,
See that? That makes sense.
This is like a legacy, which is just a new
Take
style.
Curious.
So our best brand is probably 47 brand, which is based out of Boston. And being a Red Sox affiliate, we get a little bit more love than most teams would.
Yeah.
47 brand by far is the best hat vendor we have. We also do like OC Sports. We also do we do some Richardsons, but not a lot. I know a lot of people like Richardsons, but probably by far 47 brand is definitely the
is it like quality, ease to work with, and like all the factors that like kind of?
Yeah, so they do a lot. So a lot of vendors, you can either do a domestic or import. Import, you're going to get the better quality. It's just going to take longer and cost more. Domestic is kind of like a like if you're going to overnight something through the mail.
Okay.
Quality may not be as good, or like say sometimes with domestic, like the logo may be a
little bit off centered or something's messed up slightly. There's like tilt to it or.
But this was probably done import. This was actually from the merchandise meetings that they had in Indianapolis a week or two ago, maybe. I did not get to go. Jenny did, but she brought this hat back for me, which I love.
Yeah.
And like the breathable stuff.
Yeah, like the meshy feel almost.
47 man, it's called Burr.
Okay.
BRRR, and it's kind of like I wear golfing, or I wear like if I'm gonna
be
outside, work out, do whatever. So, but we do provide a lot of different qualities, which I love.
Yeah, I mean it's nice. Something. I mean,
you can ask my girlfriend Kylie, and you can ask people that have seen them. But I have we'll call it it's pretty much an addiction to hats. I have so many hats now. It's just
well, when you're around them all the time.
I know, like it's like you see them, you're like, I gotta have it.
I might as well get a hat now that it's like, I mean, I'm here. It's pretty cool. I want the colorway. Never know. I mean, well, I guess you could kind of have some safety coming back or not, but we'll say you don't, and you need it for limited edition. Yeah, that's it.
So
that's respectful. You need a good amount of hats. One for everything. What's the golf tournament you do?
The golf trip? Yeah. So golf trip. We just did it back the last weekend in September. I've called it the Grand Ole Golf Trip. Going back to our TR roots, I try to have people from TR that play golf, and then people that I've met through my people. Couple from Citadel, some from Clemson, South Carolina. So it's something that I don't do. I call it a golf trip, but I don't really do it for the golf. I don't do it for us getting up and being on the tee box at 8:30. That's great. And I love golf and I love to play golf, but I do it for 8:30 at night when we're all hanging around watching football and reminiscing on good times.
Yeah, the camaraderie, the talking.
That's why I do it. Yeah. And I go through it's not a struggle, but it can be interesting planning, going through the golf courses, and then if I need to get an Airbnb, and I need to obviously communicate to everybody that's going.
What's happening.
So, I mean, I probably overdo it, because, I mean, I've already thought about what we're going to do next year as far as the dates, where we're going to go.
Yeah.
I've thought about what we're going to do for dinner. I've thought about, you know, so many different aspects that some people would think, kind of last minute. But what I've learned is if you don't plan it, it does not happen. Because my dad and his group of guys, they've done a golf trip.
Mm-hmm.
They used to do it once or twice a year, every year. And that's kind of fallen, once every 2 years or 3 years. But when it's executed the right way and perfectly, like, you cannot beat that time together with your boys and having a good time.
Especially when it's all set up and it's actually taken care of and you don't have to think about, like, what. You just kind of got to be there. You don't have to worry about anything else. But I think it's very true that if you do not plan anything, then it's definitely not happening.
And I always like to do it around football because, like, you come back that night and watch football games, and then, you know, I try to make chicken dip for everyone, and I try to, make sure food's, whether it's chicken dip or not, just each meal is
everything's
done.
Good. We got something well.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
that's pretty cool.
I try to, what I'm going to try to do in the future is so the first year was in 2024. We were going to go to Lake Lure.
Okay.
I had planned it so I planned this like a year out.
Okay.
So like for 2026, I'm going to send out a group text in January.
Okay.
And like, this is when we're going, this is where we're staying, this is
everything happening.
So I did that in 24.
Mm-hmm.
Got all the way to the week before.
Mm-hmm.
The weekend before was Hurricane Helene. And if you're familiar with Lake Lure, that's where Chimney Rock is as well.
Yeah.
That got wiped off the face of the earth.
Yeah.
All of Chimney Rock got filled into Lake Lure.
Yeah.
The golf courses got destroyed. The roads got destroyed. You couldn't go up there.
No.
No. Some people.
Pretty terrible.
We actually had and luckily this didn't happen like week of. It happened week before. Because in my mind, when the storm's going on, I'm thinking, oh well, at least it's not happening next week. I'm not realizing that the dam up there is about to break.
Yeah, the fallout from it was much greater than just the fact that the storm was happening.
Because no one was prepared for that.
No one was ready for it.
You can't be prepared for that up here.
The infrastructure just wasn't there. I mean, it was just a massive problem.
So we had to end up transitioning from there to just Paris Mountain, and people still came up. And Paris Mountain didn't have power. You had to pay with cash, and some golf carts were working, some weren't, but we were able to still have the round and still do what we needed to do. But I just find that was funny that was the first year. And then after, you get those moments of hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
That was also the weekend of the trip was the same weekend that Vanderbilt beat Alabama.
Yeah.
That first time. And of course that was pretty unique to see with everyone.
Yeah.
No, you don't expect that to happen.
No, you don't.
And then this past golf trip was the same weekend that Virginia beat Florida State, and then Oregon beats Penn State in that manner that they did. So we've had a lot of really good luck with good quality games during the trip. But that's something I would like to keep doing each year for as long as we can.
Yeah.
It's to a point now where you don't always get to see your boys. You don't get to see your people as much as you would like.
No.
And even if it's just for that one time a year, that one weekend.
That's important.
It is important, and I feel like it should be shared for years to come. And as long as I'm able to do it. I find joy in planning them, these events, these trips, and I always find that, I get to golf, which I love, and I get to hang out with people that I love.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's, like I said, I don't plan it for the golf. I plan it for the, hanging out with you boys after.
Everything that comes with it.
I feel like you can't really beat that.
No, I think that's really great. I mean, it's a really great thing to do because it's just finding time as you don't really get prepared for it. As you get older, you start, either not being as social and start losing bond, relationships that you had. You don't talk to as many people.
Right.
And it's just because everyone's busy in their own respective way. You have stuff going on.
Yeah, make money.
It's so much easier to make, maybe not excuses, but it's so much easier to find
And that's the other
things
reason
keep
why.
going in
That's
like
the other reason why I plan it out so far.
Yeah.
Is like if I plan it out a month in advance,
it's going to be
people
hard.
be like, well, I got this going on,
Yeah.
and like I even went through everyone. I was like, hey, these weekends that we're going, do you know of any birthdays, anniversaries?
Mm-hmm.
Weddings are tricky because you don't always know at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But the two big things were anniversary and or birthdays.
Right. Yeah.
And no one had
predictable events.
Yes. No one had a problem with the dates that I offered, so that's kind of what I'm going forward with.
Yeah.
So we'll see if any weddings come up, but
yeah.
I think it's easier to kind of, if someone would have said, I actually had my so-and-so's birthdays this weekend,
yeah.
I can either, transition for like a week before, a week after, kind of work with that in a timely manner.
Yeah.
But no, I find it easy that if you plan it out that far, you can kind of fix things like that, and then most of the time it doesn't.
Give you time to at least correct, make some changes if you need to.
So,
yeah, that's very cool. It'll be very cool as you grow, as all of you like kind of grow up, and eventually may have large kids and whatnot going on, and whatever family unit is for everyone. It gives a chance for y'all to go away have a weekend, but also it could grow to a thing where you have, your family and kids there, and everyone's hanging out, having a good time, and it's just like
because it's more than just a trip of golf. I mean, like we do like a champions dinner, the Friday night before, because we usually play on Saturday morning. So Friday night we all sit down for dinner.
Yeah.
We have a trophy, which is funny enough. That we keep track of winners of the past. Each winner of the past or previous year's winner gets a jacket, just like Masters.
Yeah.
And then obviously after golf you hang out, and then Sunday you go home. And it's very quick. It's a lot of planning for 72-ish hours, give or take, but I find that it's so worth it for that amount of time because you can do so much and create new memories, even if it's for a short amount of time.
Yeah, so a lot of you can fit in there. It's really cool. Looking on the kind of future side, what do you think the announcing and broadcasting? Do you think anything will come up, or you try to do something, make something happen there?
Yeah. So working with the Drive, I know they are looking out for me in that department. I've already been told that I'm going to have opportunities once we get back to next year in February and March. That's
really exciting.
With some amateur games, which are high school and college.
Yeah.
Any amateur games that are appropriate, I can go up and call the games. And I mean, in a perfect world, I would go to like South Carolina and be their main broadcaster, or if I could do something local like sports talk radio, I'll do it for like Fox Sports Upstate or the Fan Upstate, or whatever the case is. If I was able to work locally, that's definitely my dream. But I know not everything's perfect like that. Sometimes you have to go away to come back. Or find opportunities elsewhere. But I would say definitely here in the next 5-10 years, I would like to be in a place where I'm talking about sports and getting paid for it, which would be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. Can't really complain about that.
Exactly.
It'll be interesting. I think you'd be very good at it. I think it's something that would be. Have you thought like doing like Twitch or like any form of like to just like do it to like kind of?
No, I mean, I found with working for the Drive, I don't have the time to do it. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of restrictions that come with the Drive too. So like, I like to sports bet, but I can't do anything Major League Baseball associated because working for an affiliate.
Yeah.
There's some streaming things you can't do. So there's kind of some guidelines to that.
Yeah.
But the main thing is I just, they eat up a lot of my time, which is understandable.
Yeah,
but,
I mean, that's your job. That makes sense in the end. No, I didn't know if that'd be like a way to just, get kind of the practice doing it. either way, I think it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna be excited to see where you keep going towards.
Well, I
How
appreciate
your
that.
life keeps going. It's great.
I'm excited to see what the future holds as well.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Got a great group of people that we know, and
you know, what more could you ask for?
yeah. What more could you ask for? Well, thank you.
Thank you.
I really appreciate you doing it. Um, we'll end it with it's good to have a great group of friends.
Amen to that. We
Yeah.
didn't do a cheers.
Oh, we can do a
at the
cheers
beginning.
now.
You do a cheers. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do a cheers now.
Okay, perfect.
There we go. That'll be the post.
Excellent.
That'll be the blog. It's very cool. I really like your golf trip idea. I think I'm gonna try to like
You get
steal that somehow.
Okay, perfect. That's fine.
I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if it'll be golf or not, but that's really cool. Like
we started off with, I think it was like this year we had 10, and next year I'm looking to have around 16 people.
Okay.
And some you hear that, and some people are like, I don't even know 16 people. But I mean,
you can add up 16 people pretty fast.
you can.
Yeah.
Especially if 6 people like golf, and
Yeah.
you don't have to go out there and like shoot even.
Yeah.
Some people are shooting 30 over if they play, but we do like a captain's choice, kind of set.
Yeah.
And then the way we decide a winner is the team that wins, you pick an MVP.
Oh, and they're like
they get on the trophy.
Yeah.
So like the first year was Drew Harshbarger.
Okay.
We went into like 7 overtimes, and he ended up making the putt finally to win.
There you go.
And then this past year was Graham.
Oh. That's funny. You should have brought it up. You should have mentioned that he's the golf tournament champion.
I don't think we I think when y'all did it, it was before.
Yeah, it would have been before.
Because it would have been before the season football as well. So.
Yeah. That's really cool. You thinking like going anywhere else? Going like, are you only going to stay in like South Carolina?
So.
Or are you thinking about going to like?
First year would have obviously.
You would have been North Carolina.
And then this past year we went to Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
This next year we're gonna go, next year we're looking to go to Sky Valley, Georgia, which is about 2 hours from Greenville.
Yeah.
It's kind of near like Waynesville, Cashiers. But you're kind of right on the North Carolina, Georgia border.
Yeah.
Up in the mountains, so beautiful. And just kind of give a chance to play at new courses that you normally wouldn't.
Sure.
And it might be the only time we ever play the course. Who knows?
Oh yeah, exactly. You can keep going around. It'd even be fun for like your, 10-year anniversary of it, and like you now all have like doing pretty well. You could go play like Augusta or something. I don't know a lot of golf courses, but like something that you would never go play otherwise. It's just like
my thought with planning it was we started in the mountains first year, and then we went to the beach next year. So like we would flip flop. So next year would be mountain golf. Year after that would be beach.
Yeah.
Mountain.
Keep going back and forth.
Yeah, because you get different scenery, and then some people have like Josh Gibson. He comes from Florida.
Yeah.
And some people come from Charleston. Mac's gonna come from Myrtle Beach. So like if we went to Charleston in a couple years, people from Charleston wouldn't have to travel. We would have to travel. So it kind of evens out.
So that way, not everyone's like going. Yeah. I mean that makes sense. But yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool to get Gibby to come up and.
He loves it. He brings his dog Buddy. He's actually gonna be. So I didn't know he was coming.
Yeah.
I didn't realize he was bringing Buddy. And it's funny because if I see a dog, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, what's up, Buddy? How are you?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "What's his name?" His name's Buddy. I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But he
It's like calling dog.
Here, I'll show you what I've been working on. I'll show you the other logo too. So.
I was curious about it, but I didn't want to make.
No, you're fine.
I didn't want to ruin the surprise of it.
So this is the logo I've been working on. So that's it.
That's pretty nice.
And then
that looked really good on like polo.
I'm looking to do like a navy hat or like a white hat. And then
I'll take a white hat with a blue logo. To me, it's like what I would like. Like having a white hat just looks clean. It looks clean. It looks nice.
And I'm looking to put this on the side. Exactly. So.
Have like a little emblem on the side. Yeah. That's pretty fun. Did you make those like on like Canva or like some?
I forget the name of the
software.
website, but like I did like 95% of that, and then actually got one of our girls from the drive to help me put like some of the touches. So like the first logo.
This is probably my all-time favorite hat.
It's a good hat.
I've had this hat for. It's got to be close to like 7 years. I got it in high school, so it has to be around that.
Yeah.
So it's been pushing this time, but it's so simple. It's the simplest hat, but it just has the Mickey Mouse on it, and it's like, well, you can go with anything. It's universal. It's pretty nice. It's like a dry fit material.
I know this is your podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, you can. I don't know how much I'll include from this or not,
That's
but
yeah. How's married life?
Oh, it's very good. It's really interesting. I don't know how to describe this very well, but like you go from a time of where you love someone, you care about them, and y'all are obviously clearly connected. But then it's like you go through that ceremony process, and there's like another level to it that I don't know really what. It's like another level of connection, I guess would be the thing. But there's just something to it that takes it to like, wow, this is something above what it was, and you don't think it could go. And you don't think that at the time. So it's pretty incredible to have like that bond, and yeah, I mean it's great. I don't know how to put like words to it outside of that.
Well, you seem very happy.
Yeah.
And that,
yeah.
I mean,
that should be all that.
It's funny because growing up with Keely, we had a time there where we would go over there and have a dip night. I would make chicken dip. She would make a bean dip, which was really good. There's corn dip involved.
Yeah.
But I remember that growing up in like the early parts of high school, which were a lot of fun. And like me, her, Evans, Caps, Mac. I think Gang would come over. I'm sure Mel was there involved too.
Everyone.
Her group.
Yeah.
But no, that's my fondest memories of Keely. So.
Yeah, probably getting to hang out with Jamie was probably there. I would imagine. Yeah. I don't know how much Zach would probably hang out or not. It's pretty.
Zach would be there.
He'd
not
probably
as much.
Not yeah. It was funny because Tommy, the picture have of him is on top of Keely's or Jamie's fridge in their old house. I don't know why he was over there or what. It was before I even really knew her. That was when Tommy was like a freshman or something.
Yeah.
And it was like there's a lot of stories she tells that are it's just fun. Like it's exciting having those moments that like are so random.
Definitely some good times.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's funny. I don't know if he told me that or not, but she'd probably love to hear that.
I was gonna say if she's not here, you definitely have to tell her I said it.
I will. Oh yeah, I'll pass that on. I told her to make some. Maybe we should do that as a dip night.
I haven't had. I would love to have some beef dip. I haven't had it in so long. So
that'd be a fun idea. Could have a reunion of the people.
There you go.
Bring everyone together.
Perfect.
I think that's always fun to do. That's probably the reason I'm doing this now is I think it's very interesting.
I think what you're doing here is fantastic.
I think everyone's developed into like a life and their personality, and now they're doing what they're kind of passionate about or going into. And
because when it popped up that you had you sat down with Graham, I was like, I love this idea, and I don't know what you plan for this to become, but I hope it's everything and then some for you. Well, I think this is really cool, and I think it's cool that you're going this route of having like your people local and kind of getting their story and where they are in life, and then I'm sure you're gonna ask others about like certain topics, but just the wide range of topics that you're doing, I think is fantastic. So.
Yeah, that's kind of my goal. My goal is to have everyone that I kind of know on once. Because I think it would be cool as like almost a documentary.
Yeah.
By the time I have kids and they're old enough to watch, everything, I would hope there's a lot of samples. And I think the other part that's important is seeing me go through changes my whole life, go through and figuring it out. That like you're not gonna figure it out immediately. You're not gonna have everything in order.
Right.
It's gonna take time, and I really hope that will provide like some sort of something for them. I hope they find some lesson or some feeling of like I know for me when I was looking at my parents, it's like wow they really have everything in line. They know what's going on, but it's kind of like a behind the scenes that they won't find out until later on in their life.
Right.
And also,
kind of give some insight.
yeah, that's exactly. And also hopefully hear some advice, maybe topics about things that they want to go into, and really kind of the same idea that you're doing. You have that village of people that you know, that you've talked to, that you hang out with. It's just like
I could have nothing at all. If I still have my people, I would be okay.
Yeah.
I'd be happy.
Yeah.
I could be homeless, jobless on the street, and if I knew I can count on my people, I know that's kind of extreme, but that's just truly how I feel.
I don't disagree with that at all. That was my toast at our rehearsal dinner. It was love and friendship, the only things you need in the world. I think those really are. You'll figure it out as long as you have those two things. Like it'll all work out how it's supposed to if you have good people backing you and people that love and care about you.
Exactly. So.
Yeah, it's cool. I hope it's keep interesting. If you ever think of anything that you want to, if you ever have any ideas, I'm always open to or people that you'd want to talk to, or if you want to do something, if you want to call a game or something. I don't really. Yeah. I'm open to whatever.
I think
any ideas you got.
I think for this, you should definitely talk to Mel above it all else, because as a police officer, I think you could find, I don't know if he would share any gruesome stories, but I think he could share some stories that people may not realize behind the scenes as being a police officer, especially in like a city like Greenville. It's not New York, but it's also not, Pumpkin Town either. Yeah. It's kind of in the middle.
Uh-huh.
So.
I think also that's kind of interesting, just on like what does cop do on like his dating.
I can send you his number if you want.
Yeah, if you send me his number, I'll text him. Yeah. I don't know how much he could talk about or not talk about. I don't know how that works.
I think he would be able to.
I think most of it would be public record.
He could share enough. It would be. He could share enough to, make it interesting. And
I think it'd be interesting regardless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but for me, it's also like mostly like an introvert. Mm-hmm. So this provides me a time to like just talk.
Yeah.
Like, so it's something new for myself.
Right.
So, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I really would be. Let me know if you ever.
I will.
Let me know if you want to come back on and talk about something.
Yeah.
I'm really, I'm completely open to any ideas. I don't think.
I'll shoot you his number, because I think, his schedule is a little, interesting. But I think if you found the time, I think he would come on and talk about it with you.
Yeah, I don't mind. I'll make it work with whatever he needs to do. But it'll be cool. Hopefully get Mac. I want to get Mac and Ant.
Yeah.
Really round off though. I'll get all 5 of the band.
Get the whole band.
The whole band will come on.
Yeah. Cross too.
Yeah. Oh, Cross. Yeah. I was doing the math and I was like, wait.
There's someone missing.
There's someone missing. I was like, it's not quite adding up. But yeah, I do hope to make I want to make T-shirts to give people.
Yeah.
When they leave.
That'd be great.
I don't think that would be fun to have. Like everyone has like the Math is Show T-shirt. I just don't know what I'd like to make a little bit some. I don't know.
I love what you have now on your Instagram.
That's what I made the little flag. I thought that was pretty nice. Keely came up with that.
You can't go wrong with like a pennant. Mm-hmm. I think pennants look good. I mean, the Clemson one is just very vintage. I like vintage stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Hopefully get a T-shirt. If we get T-shirts, I'll send you one.
Perfect.
Make sure you have one.
I'm about to say I need one.
Yeah, that'd be a fun party prize. That's the goal.
But no, I think what you're doing is great. And I
appreciate it.
I hope it continues to go well, and then whatever you want it to become, I hope it becomes that. So.
Well, thank you. I hope if nothing else, it's just here.
There you go.
For whoever wants to see it. Yeah.
Well, I have a comedy show I need to go to.
Oh yeah, please, yeah.